Good morning and welcome to the first day of the Summer Institute in Computational Social Science at Howard University, sponsored by Mathematica. We have a lot to cover in this welcome and logistics section before we jump into the content of the day, which is ethics. Very excited. Ethics interweaves itself with everything we do in this field, and today starts our discussion of that. Just a reminder to arrive in this space as you are enough. Whatever you have to give, the questions that you bring to the table today are enough. Please make sure you take care of your biological and technological needs as they come up, emotional, spiritual. Center yourself and take care of yourself first as we work through this stuff today. Please make sure you take time to eat. You can do that on camera, you can do that off camera. I'd like to remind you that it's possible to dial into this also. If you need to phone in while you're eating, running around the house, things like that, let us know. We're happy to help you do that. Please make sure you put yourself first. Everyone in this space is a student, no matter your title, whether you have a business card or not. We are all arriving here to learn. And I also want to remind you to set your personal intention today. So start thinking about what your personal intention is for the Institute. Today kicks it all off. That can be just for today. That could be for the whole Institute. It can change midway through the day today. Is there something specific you want to learn, a skill you want to begin to master, or do you want to just drink all of this in from the fire hose? That was my goal when I did this at Princeton 2019. I've told you all I decided to organize one so I could get to take it in all over again. You're only allowed to do this once unless you organize one. So if you want to drink from the fire hose and just let it wash over you, that's fine too. I also want to remind you that you're able to revisit everything we do via videos that will be posted on the website, and also some specific resources we're creating just for our site. Maybe you want to learn to do collaboration in mass or just across this group and have some publications come out of this. Maybe you want to learn R, set your own personal intentions, run your own race during all of this. And again, that can change midday. All right, so let's jump into our logistics. I'm going to go over the schedule at the end of this, but I just want to make sure there's some reminders that we need to get to you. And we also want to tell you about the pulse survey that you did. We'll review that every morning. Ask and you shall receive. So we'll tell you a little bit about what happened overnight to help improve your experience. And we'll actually end our time this morning after I go over the schedule with a bit of inspiration from one of our faculty co-chairs. They're going to try to join us on a regular basis. Bahia Mohammed, Professor Bahia Mohammed is with us today and will offer some words of inspiration before you head into your first exercise. So get excited about that. Let's do our question in the chat box to get you to know each other as we go through this list. So, when the world opens back up, let's hold in this moment the fact that the speed of the world opening back up is very different for different types of people. Systemic inequality means that the world will not open up in quite the same way, or at quite the same speed for most of the people that look like us. But when we get to a point where all of us are able to move around again, tell us where you'd like to travel next. Is it to see your family? Is it some other country? Is it just to the grocery store without fear? Tell us, when the world opens back up, where do you want to go? Drop that in the chat box along with your humble brags so all of us can see the amazing things that you're doing. A few announcements this morning. You received an email welcome from Akira Bell from Mathematica. You also received an email from Bahia Mohammed and Terry Adams. I just want you to know that you are loved and admired and appreciated for your toil in this space. You are magic, so much so that vice presidents and professors and presidents of organizations are clamoring to be in these spaces with you, okay? So just take a look at that email and take that in, print it, maybe hang it on the wall this week, and just remember that no matter who you are and how you are in this space, your presence is appreciated. I mentioned faculty are going to join us for a few minutes each day, so just reminding you of that. Also a reminder, when you arrive, make sure you turn off your camera and mute yourself, so if discussions are happening, you don't suddenly pop up on the screen. Please also, we're taking very seriously your desire for more break time. In order to do that, in order to jump from 15-minute to 30-minute breaks, we need everybody to arrive on time. So we're going to start on the hour. My mom used to say early is on time is late, and late is unacceptable. I'll admit I've never quite learned that particularly. I think on time is pretty acceptable to me. So please make sure you're here on time. We've turned off the little ding noise, so we shouldn't be hearing the ding, 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 ding every time people come in. But please arrive to the best of your ability on time so we can start on time and give you longer breaks. A few reminders, and I'm going to need help from our support team, our event team, to get these in the chat box. Please remember to sign up for some of our lunchtime bite-sized talks. As a reminder, you're encouraged to attend as many of those as you want. We also at lunchtime will have some office hours, which I'll talk about in a bit. We're encouraging you to attend as many of those as you want, but what we'd like is for everyone to sign up to be at least one, to ask questions. Our speakers have prepared in advance. There are going to be videos that will be posted today of all the lunchtime speeches across the entire 2 weeks. What we'd like you to do is come with questions and make them feel some love, and there might be some great opportunities for collaboration with some of those folks too. They have access to great data sets. So please sign up for at least one lunchtime discussion. We'll drop that sheet in the chat box. Thank you for those of you who've done that already. And sign up you can attend as many as you want. This is just signing up to ask questions and agreeing to in advance to review the questions. Our survey went out last night. We'll resend that in the chat box. We're trying to get a sense of everybody's skills and comfort with all of the materials across the entire 2-week experience. So when we do random groups, I'll say random in quotes, we make sure that we're spreading skill across different groups. So please fill that out. We need that by close of business today. Thank you for those of you that filled it out last night and this morning. Please go ahead and do that so we can get you situated in our groups. Another reminder, if you have not filled out the consent form, please do that. You'll notice we've been slow to put up videos. We're doing that because if you want to limit use of your image, we need to edit you out. So it'll be very hard to put up videos if you appear prominently in them and you're not sure you want to be. So there are a few folks on our list who have not filled that out, who've been on video and such. So we just need to hear from you so we can put those up. We want to respect folks' wishes. If you have particular challenges or anything, just let us know. Send us an email at SICSS-Howard.Mathematica, and we'll make sure that we honor your wishes. And just know that this is a version of Princeton's. What they do is, we're trying. We sent out the consent form. Nobody's trying to own your image into perpetuity here, okay? So just let us know if there are any challenges. The wording is from Princeton. It's, I personally, after we put up this stuff, I'm not trying to monetize anybody, okay? All right, a bit of troubleshooting before we jump into our reviewing everybody's thoughts on yesterday and talking about how we're shifting today. Please make sure you download the most recent version of Zoom. There's all sorts of fun bells and whistles that we can use, and also you just being able to get into breakout rooms. And as we advance, you'll want to be able to jump between rooms for some of our activities. So please take some time during the break today. And if you have not already, please make sure you download the most recent version of Zoom. So if one of the event assistants can drop the directions in the chat box also for getting into breakout rooms. So we've been manually adding folks, and we're going to try and help you get to being able to do that yourself. So we'll drop the directions for breakout rooms there, and the email that went out last night also told you how to update Zoom. If you're having trouble getting into Slack, if you don't know what you're doing in Slack, if anything with Slack, send a note to myself or one of the event staff members. You'll note their name says event staff, and mine says organizer when I remember to change my name. There we go, organizer. Write to us if you're having difficulty with Slack or anything else, and we're happy to do a pull aside into a side room. There's a good number of us for that reason. If you have any problems, Slack, the email list, downloading our studio or anything, like we're here to help. So please reach out to myself, Amber, Ava, Amanda, and occasionally you'll see Christina and Maddie. Just a reminder, feel free to ask questions on Slack or on the email list. If you have R-related questions, there are a lot of resources at your disposal now. Check out what we posted on Slack and also in the email to find out what those are. That's a joke. Jay will also be on Slack to answer questions too, R-related. We also have an amazing new coding channel created by Yesh, where you can, we got to make sure we pull some coding experts in there too to get some answers to your question. But there are lots of resources for you if you need help with R or Python. And finally, we're gonna record some introductions from people a little bit later this afternoon. There are a few people that missed introductions, so we're gonna make sure we fit that in. Hopefully during this session this morning, but I want to make sure we get through keep, start, stop, all that. As far as I know, the only people we're missing introductions for are Benjamin, Janaria, and Ibukan. So if please write in the chat box and confirm that you're here, so we make sure we're able to squeeze you in to do an introduction this morning. Event staff, please highlight the names of people on our shared sheet. Great, I see Janaria, and I think I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly, Janaria, so definitely let me know let us know how to pronounce your name when you come in. So Benjamin and Janaria are here. I'm not sure of Ibukan yet, but we've got that, 2 so far, great. All right, so let's do a retrospective quickly from yesterday. I want to review the keep, start, stop information from yesterday and from the day before, so you know that we are paying attention to your needs and trying our best to meet them. So Amber, can you go ahead and share our keep, start, stop slides for me? And we'll walk through them. Pardon my looking in the opposite direction. My camera's in one area. All right, you don't see the breakout rooms icon yet because we have not, they are set up. Yeah, so that's a good question. Don't worry, Amanda will help you with that. Okay, so let's go to day 1. Let's look at the keeps from day 1. So folks love the interactivity, the energy, daily check-ins, intentions, prompts, schedule, the wellness session. Folks were excited about the particulars we added that made this an HBCU and or very comfortable space, very welcoming space for people of color, especially for Black people. Resources, breakout rooms, small groups, promoting breaks between sessions and giving time back, reviewing schedule for the day. Those are all things we're going to continue. We hear you. Thank you. Let's keep going. On our start, folks were very excited about logistics. You know, hearing about some of the stuff that was happening. People were excited that Yesh started a YouTube playlist for us. Leadership right there, leadership. People wanted longer breaks. We got you. We're giving you 30 minutes breaks today. We also want you to know you're welcome to eat, grab food during those breaks. When we have our lunchtime sessions, it is meant to be a chat while you, chat and hear while you chew. So please feel free to be chewing. I will be chewing on camera just to inspire you. Let's see. We've got a notice to start the 15-minute break after the small group breakout. We can try to work on that today. So Amber and Amanda, can you make a note of that we want to try to send a little notice to folks that it's time for a break, or perhaps we'll just end the breakout rooms at that time and tell everyone to take a break. Let's see, individual check-ins via Zoom, breakout rooms. If anyone would ever like to do an individual check-in with myself or a member of the event staff, all you have to do is ask. We have enabled your ability to write to people individually. So feel free to do that. If you need something, let us know. If you'd like a room to chat with some other folks, I keep bringing up Black Twitter because there's lots of movement happening there. If you want a Black Twitter breakout room, or any other breakout room, if you just, all the UVA people want to get together, all the people from New York, Long Island, whatever, California, to commiserate on how early it is right now, we can set that up for you. So just let us know. As you can see, we have added speech to text for people who may have impairment or difficulties understanding the speakers. It's not perfect. Like for instance, I say my name, Nanette, and it says NameNet. It's not perfect, but it's a start. So hopefully that's useful. If you have particular needs, please let us know. You're welcome to email the SICSS-Howard Mathematica site or talk to me directly, and we'll try our best to accommodate you. The Zoom link in the schedule is a bit of a challenge. We're following Princeton's the main site on this to prevent Zoom bombing. So the email, the Zoom link is sent out via email every morning. It's also posted on Slack in the evening. So let's make sure you are in Slack and you are also on our email list. If you have not been receiving emails or cannot get to Slack, please reach out to, again, Amanda, Ava, or Amber, and they can help you with that. I'm also happy to help. Let's head to the next slide. This is all day one. There's more start stuff. Okay, so panels, adding faculty from PWIs to the panel. So I wanted to mention that Professor Gatewood is actually on faculty at GW, but that is definitely an addition for next year. This has been an amazing panel that Dr. Muhammad and Dr. Adams put together for us, and that is something we will take to heart as we go forward. So thank you for that comment. There are folks who were looking for more personalized assistance in R. We hear you, and every morning at 9 a.m. and every afternoon at 12 as an alternative to the panel, there will be our experts on hand for simple and exceptionally complex questions in small groups or individually. So please feel free to join us from 9 to 10 in the morning or at 12 to noon. That will be it's on the schedule now, and we'll be going forward. We want to make sure you have what you need for R. So if you feel, we're happy to meet you wherever you are, and just know that it's okay to realize that this is a bit of a fire hose of information, and to take it in and know you can always go back and review videos from Chris, videos from Matt, the different resources, and then also use Jay on Slack and our TAs. So please reach out to us individually if you'd like to talk about where you are so we can get you what you need. So that's our start slides. Let's keep going. Stop. Okay, so folks would like longer breaks. We hear you. You got 30-minute breaks now. More structured group stuff will start today. You will get a lot more direction on what you're doing and how you spend your time. The self-care talk, some folks love that, some folks didn't. So we love to hear that as we think about what we want to change for next year, and you'll get an end of the experience survey for more details on that. Shorter R sessions, more condensed and more streamlined. You'll get a chance to give feedback on Jay's session in our final survey too. I know he'll love and appreciate that, and we will too. We're the first site to do any sort of pre-institute work, and so we're learning, we're building, we're walking across this bridge as we build it. So we appreciate that feedback. So please keep giving us that. And we had, maybe instead of simple assignments for the first session, or we could work in groups, bootcamp and workshops need to be better integrated. We hear you, thank you, and we will work on that. So let's move to day 2. Oh, sorry, I forgot anything else. The energy in the virtual space is great. Loving this so far. Great start to the Institute. Our stuff went over my head. You are not alone, whoever wrote that. Look to your left, look to your right, and realize that you're in good company. Given what folks are saying to me privately, you're in good company. I feel like I understand R, but I'm nervous to be confident with it. I hear you, and I'm with you on that. I would recommend what did Dr. Muhammad said? Arrive in all your confidence. So maybe you just try it and see how it goes. You might surprise yourself. All right, so day 2. And we'll do these one at a time going forward, but we wanted to give you a little bit more time in the last couple of days. So Zoom link in Slack, we got you. Time allotted for individual and review work. You got lots of 30-minute breaks, motivated chats with people in leadership roles. Happy to do that. Not sure what you want, write to me, let me know. Rigorous training. Oh, this is all the stuff you like. Oh, okay, cool. Sorry. Rigorous training, flow organization of our tutorial, pre-institute days in general, using the raise hand feature for guest lectures. Yeah, I didn't know about that till yesterday, so thank you, Calvin, for that. So we'll use that now going forward. Flagging new agenda items on Slack. Good show. Okay, things to start. General looking ahead. Had a good sized break. Logistics, longer, more frequent breaks. We got you. Maybe allow private messages in Zoom. We got you. That's set up now. Would Slack be a good place for the waiting room timing announcements? If everyone's on the Slack, that might prevent you from having to keep posting it in as people join. Oh, that's a great idea. Hadn't thought of that. So we will post that once in the morning going forward when people are in the waiting room. But to be honest, we should be starting on time going forward, so there should be no reason to post things in the Slack waiting room. Events, inspirational quotes to reflect on would be great. Please feel free, if you are inspired by a quote from one of our speakers, or you have a good one, to drop it in the chat box. We welcome leadership, so please feel free to do that. Also add more activities to the pre-institute, our review, perhaps providing an outline of topics that we covered during the live sessions. The live sessions are very limited during our time. So we have our opening and our closing, and our roundtables will be our only live sessions. Everything else will either be Q&A or pre-recorded. But we will try to be more thoughtful about that. If you have needs with regards to knowing things in advance for your own learning or elsewhere, please let us know. Fantastic. Okay, next slide. Trying to do too much. So I hear the person who wrote this, and the person who wrote it in their other columns for keep and start was I think self-motivating and trying to remind themselves about how to be and who to be in this space. Just know that whatever you choose to do or not do here is enough. So for anyone who's feeling like they're doing too much, just know that it's okay to choose your own lane here and to go at your own pace. So we had a note that the afternoon data workshop covered a lot, and this came from someone with a lot of experience in R. The resources and explanations were helpful, but there were some suggestions for some changes. Again, we hear you. We're passing on feedback to Jay. First time we're doing this, that any site is doing this, and this is incredibly helpful in order to us to make good decisions going forward. Next slide. Anything else? People are loving the energy. We're going to try and keep it up. We are fueled by caffeine and snacks over here on the event planning team. Everyone, we're so happy you're here. People are feeling full. They're feeling loved. People love Dr. Frederick. I teared up when he started talking about how we're creating a better world for his son. There was a request to get Chris Bale and Matt Salgonic out here to meet our cohort. I'm in pretty regular contact with them via email. I will make that request. We do have the 6 at 5 video that was produced for us, and also the interview with Matt, but I see how having them in person would be great. They are running the Princeton site right now, but I will dip in and see if that's possible. I mean, they're tweeting about us, right? And how great we are. Let's see if we can get them over here. If you are the person who wrote this, or you have particular interest in what they might talk about, we love leadership. Please send me an email, and maybe we can get them added to the calendar. And again, we are going to work on those introductions. We're going to take a minute after this and hear from them, as well as our faculty sponsor. Okay, so I think that's it for our slides for this morning. So we're going to try and do that every morning. Today's was a little bit longer because we were covering 2 days, but just know that that is coming. So the schedule for the day, if Amber, can you screen share for us so we can walk through the schedule? And I'm going to ask for your patience, since we started a little late, to fit in our introductions and also Dr. Muhammad before we start. Let's review the schedule quickly. So your pre-arrival materials are posted there. Again, flipped classroom model. You should have reviewed those videos and the corresponding slides before arriving. I guarantee you, if you did not, someone else in your group has. You're also welcome to dip in, put it on 1.75 speed, and review it during the day too as we go. The 9 to 10 this morning, we had R and Python office hours with 2 of our Mathematica TAs. Those will happen every morning. So just know that if you have R or Python needs, there's someone here for you. We had our 10 to 10:30 introduction in logistics. That is coming to a close right now. We'll head into small groups in just a second. I will go over the exercise before we start, but if we are a little bit rushed because of time, just know that the lesson plan with all of the descriptions of what you're doing is posted on the site, so you can review that also with questions and such. We'll take a break from 11:30 to 12, grab your lunch, and then come back from 12 to 1 for a discussion with 5 alums from 6 locations from 2018 to 2020, both in person and virtual, to talk about their experience, all alums of color of SICSS, to talk about getting the most out of SICSS. You'll recognize 2 of those people, Zanelle and Demetrius, who emailed you early on, will be on that panel. We'll take another break from 1 to 1:30. We'll introduce the group exercise. Again, I'll talk you through that, but then the lesson plan is there also, so you can review on your own. We'll come back. There'll be a small group discussion on a case study, and then we'll debrief as an entire group on the case study. We will do debrief end of the day logistics, and we'll ask you to spend some time applying for access to data for an activity we'll do on Friday, and we'll close for the day. So if you have already completed the apply for data access at 3:45, 4 o'clock that's on the schedule earlier, we should be done by 3:45, unless we move a little bit faster, at which point, you know, I love to give you back your time. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Muhammad for a few minutes of inspiration, and then we'll do our introductions to the 2 folks that are here. Amanda, can you drop the questions in the chat box for the introduction so our 2 folks have a chance to prep? And Dr. Muhammad, we're going to go ahead and spotlight you so you can inspire us to perspire today. Let's see, Dr. Muhammad is having some difficulty with her video. I am going to work on, I think I can actually turn that on for you. Hold on, let's see. There you go. I just sent you something that says ask to start your video. There you go.
Thank you so much for that. Good morning, everyone. I am so excited to be back with you. I hope you all received the message this morning of just letting you know that this event was created with you in mind. And you saw that through the debrief this morning, where immediately your check-ins are being implemented into the program. And so my message for today that I thought about was to make sure that you all breathe, right? If you think about the password that you had to put in to get into this Zoom room, it was breathe day 1. As you are looking at that, make sure that you are reflecting, that you are taking an opportunity to literally breathe in and breathe out. This is a lot of information, we know. There is a lot more to even come, and please make sure that you're taking notes. Oftentimes, your notes are going to be the saver that you'll have an opportunity to go back to with a clear mind when you're actually analyzing some of the big data that we're beginning to walk through. You'll find that those notes are going to be really, really helpful. So throughout the day, don't hold your breath when things get overwhelming, when you need a break. Please be reminded to continue to breathe, continue to take notes. Also, leave imposter syndrome at the door. Don't bring it into the Zoom. Don't make it the elephant in the Zoom. Literally leave it out. You all are here because you are deserving of being here. Each of you brings such a unique perspective and area of expertise, and therefore the totality of every one of us together is going to contribute to the dynamics of the day. When you don't understand something, share it, ask questions. You'll be so surprised that sometimes your question allows individuals and some of the facilitators to be able to engage in ways that they didn't even think about. I'm going to be jumping in throughout the day. In fact, I signed on for the Federal Families Challenge. A lot of that data has been written in my area of expertise, children of incarcerated parents. And so there are just so many different treats. I plan to attend the session to hear from some of the previous individuals who participated, to learn from them about ways of getting the most out of this week. So you all are not alone. And when it comes to navigating this space, seriously, you know, everything that you bring to bear is going to be what really brings this to life. And I feel that you guys kind of have that understanding, but when we break into these different groups and we jump into a schedule, it's kind of like we default back to this, I'm not good enough, or maybe I shouldn't ask that question because it'll show that I don't understand. We want to know when you don't understand, because then it challenges each and every one of us to be able to explain it in a way that helps all of us move forward. Similar to what Dr. Frederick reminded us all yesterday, we are here because it is going to help us to make this world a better place, not only for ourselves, but for the next generation. I am prayerful that you will have the most out of the day, and I look forward to jumping into some sessions and seeing you all in action. Peace and blessings, and enjoy the rest of your session for day one.
Thank you, Dr. Muhammad. Oh, I get so much inspiration from you. Thank you so much. Okay, everyone, I'm putting your groups, your random groups in the chat box so you know where you're supposed to go. I am going to very quickly go over the exercise, but again, you have the exact same lesson plan that I do. So you're going to spend 60 minutes in your group. The first 20, you will be discussing getting to know each other. So introducing yourselves in these small groups. These are these structured group activities people have asked for. You're in groups of 4. You're going to talk a little bit about some of the video content that Matt presented. I encourage you to, again, bring that video into that space. If you need a reminder, put it on 1.75 and watch together. The next 20 minutes, you're going to discuss a prompt from one of the videos. And then after that, you'll return for the last 20 minutes for a group discussion with all of us before going to your break, your 30-minute break. So we're going to try and honor the fact that we started a little bit late, but we want to stay on time. So I'd ask you to be mindful of that, and we'll prompt you when we're getting close to the 20 minutes and check in and see if you're ready to come to the group discussion. We can always make that shorter. We want to stop on time so that you all get a proper break. So I'm going to ask you to go ahead and head to your break rooms. I'm going to drop exactly what I just went over in very slight detail to allow you to get to your room faster in the chat box. That is the description of the small group discussion. Again, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes. Introductions, a little bit about computational social science. What is this field? And what do we do? And I would encourage you to also engage in discussion about diversity in computational social science, which is not part of the prompt, but should be. Head to your rooms and we will prompt you when it's time to come back ahead of your break. All the rooms are open. Head to group Biggie, group Tupac, group MC Light, group Queen Latifah, group Nas, and group Little Kim. If anyone is having difficulty getting to their room, unmute and let us know and we will move you.
Hi, Nanette, please move me.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can't see the.
I don't see the button.
So I'm going to close the rooms. I'm going to reopen the rooms. There you go.
I still don't see them. Me neither. I don't.
Let's see. All right, I'm starting to see. Okay. I'm going to start manually moving people. That's interesting. Something is malfunctioning. All right. Oh, great. Some people are starting to move. Great. Event staff, please start moving folks. You're assigned particular rooms. Go ahead and move folks to those rooms that you're assigned to if they're not able to do it themselves. All right. I see Regis and Tupac, Dr. Ebony's and Biggie. I see Regina and MC Light. Rashun, you've been moved to MC Light. Maxine is in Queen Latifah. Benjamin is in Nas. Ibukan and Abio are also in group Little Kim. We're slowly getting everybody in there.
Can you move me, Richmond?
Richmond, where are you going?
I'm not sure.
Check the chat box. There's a list of all the locations.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in Tupac.
Tupac, off you go. All right, Todd, where are you going?
I don't have a room, but I will go to MC Light if that's okay.
You're not. You are assigned. You should be assigned a room.
Oh, I'm not listed.
Looks like we missed him, but I'll add him to.
There you go. Felix, where are you going?
Biggie.
Biggie, great.
Mhm.
East Coast, Beast Coast. Meredith, where are you going?
Pac.
Heck yeah. Janeria, Janira, where are you going?
MC Light.
MC Light, as a rock. Okay, Marissa, where are you going?
Yes, all hail the queen, but I don't have the option to join.
All hail the
All right,
queen.
thank
There
you.
you go. Erica, where are you going?
2 o'clock.
Hawk. All right, there we go. And where is Jeremy going, Amanda?
Biggie.
Biggie. Off you go to your breakout room, Jeremy. Thank you all for watching. For more information on SICSS-Howard Mathematica, visit our website, follow us on social media, and join our email list.